Hello, friends, and welcome back.
We're here.
At the start of last week's episode, something was mentioned that I didn't get a chance to explain, and it was, why don't I join the Discord channel when it's just one person waiting in there? And I tried to explain, and then Lewis cut me off, as he tends to. And it was because I don't want to start a conversation that would have been best saved for the podcast. Because especially if it's you and me, once we join the channel, we'll just start talking about what we did, and we'll talk about something we've seen, and we'll just talk.
Yeah.
So I wait because I think I might just have something vital to say. This week I have nothing to say.
Right.
I see. You don't even want to do like introductory small talk with us.
No, I think we're past that now.
That's part of it as well. I feel like us catching up on how's it going, what'd you get up to this week, is like a natural intro to the podcast. And I would suggest that as a sort of background listen that people put on while they're stacking shelves or working in the staple factory, it's a nice intro to the podcast rather than us just jumping into it. Like, right, here's topic 3, here's this section, here's this, which we speak about every week. We just talk. It's just a gentle catch up with friends.
It is a gentle you're right. It is a gentle catch up.
Yeah.
Mostly I don't do anything though, except for watch TV and play video games. And occasionally I go out. I tell you what though, recently I've been walking more, and I've been walking more because now all of my kids are at school, and we just have these nice mornings where we can just go for a walk and walk somewhere and get some breakfast or whatever. And it's not like, it's not the usual chaos that comes with having 3 children as well.
Nice,
you know,
isn't it?
we can just go somewhere and get a coffee. But what we've been doing is we've been exploring like around where we live a lot more, which I mean we have done to some degree with the children, but there's a lot of hills around here and on this island generally that, you know, kids quite rightly don't really want to walk up because it's hard and they get tired, and especially when they're little, they have small legs, they don't want to do that, and it's a nightmare pushing like a buggy or whatever up like quite a steep hill. So we've been walking up these hills, but man, some of the places that like we've seen, like it just feels like we're in a completely different place. Like it's so I've never seen any of these places. I've lived here for quite some time, and it's just been nice to sort of get out and have a look around, have like a little bit of an explore, you know, see nice. Like look at other people's house, not like going into their houses, but you know, seeing like other people's houses and neighborhoods and stuff. And there's a lot of countryside that we haven't seen or whatever. So we've been doing a lot of that, which has been.
This is so funny because
it's pretty good.
There's not that much to Jersey, to be honest. I remember when I came, I rented a bike and cycled around the whole island and had a great time. Yeah, and was telling you about it. Yeah, and you were like, yeah, I've never really seen any of that stuff.
I've never been to these places before that like, you speak of.
Stuff is like right there.
I know, but it's just having the time and the inclination to do it. Like, you know, when you got a lot to do, sometimes you push things that you want to do down the priority list, and then but then, you know, life has a way of sort of freeing up times to do that. So we've been doing
heartwarming stuff, Sips.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Enjoying it.
We had a nice breakfast. We watched the Traitors, the Celebrity Traitors last night, which is good.
Oh.
We've been watching the new series of Alan Partridge, which has been really funny.
You
surprisingly
such English TV.
Yeah, I know.
So funny.
Have I Got News for You's back, which has been really good. It's like it's crazy. We've been watching Educating Yorkshire with my son. He likes it. We've been watching that. He's been watching Traitors with us as well. The lineup's not bad as well. You know, normally like you know, celebrity, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here or whatever. I guess it's always just celebrities, the giveaways in the name, but there's lots of people where you're just like, who? I don't know who that is. Like it's, you know, it's a real stretch that they're even potentially celebrities.
Yeah.
But on the Traitors, they have people that I actually recognize.
This is the first celebrity series, though, isn't it?
This is, yeah. But
so
it's got
fresh. So they
Alan Carr is in it, Stephen Fry is in it, Jonathan Ross is in it. Like there's like people that you would recognize for sure. There's like some big...
I think they're spending good money on it because it's the first season and it's popular. And also those people haven't already done it. So in 6 seasons time, when they're scraping the barrel, some lad who was in Hollyoaks or whatever is suddenly on it, and you're like, who the fuck is this? So
it's quite good though, because you can tell that they all watch it. Because they're all like, oh, I can't wait to see this bit.
It is also a cool show. Yeah,
it is a cool show. Yeah.
Let's be honest. You know, you having watched so much British TV, you're probably okay with these celebrities because you actually recognise them, Sips.
Yes.
Whereas I think I don't know who David Olusoga, Joe Marler, Joe
Marler's a rugby player.
Yeah, he's a rugby player.
For many years.
Lucy Beaumont,
David
I thought you were
Olusoga
going to say Lucy Pinder.
He's got long curlyish grayish hair. And he's a historian. He did a whole bunch of stuff in Bristol, like where he would go to like old, back in the day.
But I think the fact that you
slave owners and stuff's houses and try to figure out who lived there and what they did. And
these are celebrities to you because you're in you watch all of the surrounding stuff as well. This is good. I'm glad. Do you know what? I'm glad someone's watching this, and I
don't think I'm the only one. Somehow, it's a pretty big show. I mean, it's pretty popular. But some of the shows, who's the there's it's not Pixie Lot. It's Paloma Faith is in it. Paloma Faith is in it, and
as well as Ruth Codd.
What's her face? Lucy? Is it Lucy Beaumont? She was married to
Codd.
Ruth Codd.
She's married to
Tamika Empson. You know
who?
She's from EastEnders. She's one of the I think she's what's her face's sister in EastEnders. You'd know her if you saw her. Like you'd recognize her immediately.
Codd? Ruth Codd.
No, Tamika something.
Tamika something. I've googled that.
I'd know if I watched EastEnders.
Tamika Devone Catchings.
Yeah,
she's an American former professional basketball player.
No, okay. No, it's not her. She's English. I'm pretty sure she's English. Okay. She's on EastEnders. I think it's Tamika.
I don't watch EastEnders.
Oh right.
I haven't watched it since I lived at home, which was a long time ago.
It hasn't changed much since.
I don't suppose it has.
Even being Alan Carr dredging him out of the fucking comedy sink or wherever he's come
doing
from.
Fine. He just did a show called God, what was it? Yeah. It was with, who was it with? He did up a house in Spain and they let it as a B&B, something like that. Mrs. F quite liked it. Alan Carr, he talks like, oh no, you didn't say that, did you? Oh my God.
He is fucking funny though. Like I haven't seen him in a long time, but just his way is just, he's good. He's good in the show too.
He's one of a kind.
He really is a unique fellow for sure. But no, he's funny. It's all right. It's fine. It's like, there's one content creator in the lineup as well, but I can't remember his name. I was watching something he's in recently though, and he went to like the far right, the big far right rally that was in London. But he's a black guy, and he put on like a mask to look like an old white guy, and he was going around interviewing people and like asking them like how badly they wanted to get rid of black people from the country and stuff. It's very funny. Like the first time he did it, the mask was like falling off. Like you could see the mask coming out of his collar at the back, and people were like, "Hey, wait a second, this guy's wearing a fucking mask!" Like they found out it was him, and then he went back and did it, and he had like way better makeup. It was kind of like remember the Jackass old suits? Remember when they would go on the mobility scooters with the old man suits and fall off and stuff? It was a bit like that, and he was like, but he was going around with like he was holding like he had to have like these prosthetics white hands that were just constantly clutching cans of beer. It was so funny. He's just walking around talking to all these old gammons and stuff. It was wonderful actually. But he's in it as well. He's a younger guy, and there's a younger woman. It's a singer. I'm not familiar with her, but they're like the younger.
Is the Celebrity Traitors shorter than the regular Traitors? Is it like, or is it the same?
I think it's about the same because there's 19 of them, so it's still got to go through the same sort of format, I guess, where they're not just going to eliminate like 6 people in one show sort of thing. So yeah, I think it just is like a normal length Traitors, and then I think like the normal Traitors usually starts up in the new year, like January, February. There'll be like another season. So.
How do they decide who dies? I've never seen it. I don't understand.
It's like Among Us. It's like the TV show version of Among Us. Like they have, they don't know, the Traitors know who each other are, but everybody else is just...
it's just mafia. It's just very simple mafia.
They're trying They're trying to solve who is killing people. They get to kill one person every day, and then they have like a meeting at the end of every day where they decide who the next person to be evicted or chucked out is, and hopefully that's a traitor sort of thing.
It's like you know, we know when people are new to Mafia and they go off the same things that Blood on the Clock Tower or anything. Like whenever you play those games, you're experienced in those games, Lewis. You've got people like me in and new people in. They make the same leaps of logic and the same mistakes and the same guesses.
They never get to the point where it's like, you know, like if you've played those games a long time and you say like, all right, if somebody's accusing somebody, we kick out the person they're accusing, and then we kick out the person that started the accusation. Like it just makes sense, right? Because you don't know, and you know if somebody is putting their head above the whatever to make it known that you know they're making a play or whatever. It makes sense that you would kick them out too, right? Like because you want to be safe, but like
I mean, I guess, but it also
the Traitors
means
nobody ever does that.
It also means you're kicking out the good town, if you like. So people that are doing their job and have their head screwed on and are smart and getting people kicked out. When you say, oh well, this guy's proven himself to be too competent, we need to get rid of him because he could be manipulating us. What you end up with is this sort of group of milquetoast do-nothings who just lose to.
Well, those are the people that always win in the end. Somebody,
the ones who are like, mate, I'm just here having a great time.
Yeah, you have 3 or 4 of them that are like that, and then all of a sudden the penny drops for one of them, and then they manage to rally people around. If the Traitors haven't pulled like a blinder,
right?
Then they'll win for sure.
Zach Davies guy that got voted off because everybody disliked him because he'd played the games.
Yeah.
Like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other people playing the show like wanted to get rid of him just because he was competent.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that tend to go through are the people who don't say anything, don't actually play the game, and just seem like average people. And people aren't threatened by that, and they make it all the way to the end. It's crazy, really.
It is crazy. Yeah.
Do the good team win together, or do the survivors win the money?
The Traitors can win, but the traitor has to be in the final. So basically, they get to
Lewis
the end.
Is asking if the good team wins, does everyone on the good team get a share of the money?
They split the money.
It's only the survivors. It's only the survivors.
No, equally, if there's 2 traitors that make it through, it's never happened. The point is,
let's say there's 3 people left.
They split the money as well.
Let's say there's 3 people left, and there's 2 survivors, 2 innocent, 1 traitor, and they get rid of the traitor. The 2 innocent people share the money. They don't share it with all the dead innocent people.
Oh no, not all. Oh, sorry. Exactly. Only the people that you get murdered on the way, so you don't win if you're out. Yeah.
If you're dead, you're out.
Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, and the reason why that's a problem is because that encourages people to look bad and not work with their team in order to not get killed at night. If you look like a really safe, good, trustworthy, good guy, you'll just get killed and you'll be out.
But then none of them know that. It
encourages mad play.
It does, but none of them know who's safe though. Like they buddy up with people. At the start, the people that get kicked out are just people that people don't like. You know, like they have nothing to go on. And then as the game progresses, they're forever thinking, shit, am I getting stitched up here? Am I getting played? I
would get voted out straight away on
so
one of these things.
So the whole thing encourages you to sort of almost...
Have traitors called each other out and said, you're the traitor, no, you're the traitor?
They constantly do, yeah. Because what happens is, when it gets down to like 6 or 7 people left, it's fairly obvious who the traitors are, or at least one of them is. So like they'll be hot to get one out. And then normally what a traitor will do is, in a bid to save themselves, is throw another traitor under the bus. And sometimes because there's usually 3 traitors, and sometimes there's more. They can recruit and stuff throughout the game. But sometimes you'll have a play where like 2 traitors will decide together to throw the 3rd one under the bus as like a sacrifice, and then in the hopes that they look like they're, we're traitor hunters. We figured it out. We knew it. And we got this person out.
Does that person just say, well, it's these 2?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much play, is there? Because there's no info roles. There's no parity cop or medic or anything. There's no info.
Yeah.
So it's like,
very
I've played
occasionally,
those games of Mafia. They're
very
terrible
occasionally
games
there'll be
to
like
play.
a task where they'll get some info or whatever, but oftentimes they have info and nobody believes them anyway.
The design is basically, narcissist, selfish simulator where you're not really on a team. You're not really on the good team. You're on your own team.
Yeah.
Everyone's on their own team.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not really even a traitor. You're on your own team.
Yeah.
And you happen to know 2 other people who are also, you're working with to try and survive, but you're not really on the traitor team. There's no incentive. Like a lot of the time in Blood and the Clock Tower, dead players carry on, obviously, but the point is a lot of the kills that are done in a much nicer way because you almost guarantee that the person you killed is not the demon because the game hasn't ended, right? And so that means they're good, and it changes the dynamic because then people can trust them more. It's so exclusionary to play this knockout game. It's such a different game.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I like that. I like the strategy and stuff. But like I said, there are times where it's like, if this happens, you should definitely vote that person out. And the contestants, for the most part,
I guess it does work brains. Great
they just forget.
From the point of view of telly. Like telly is all these shows with Big Brother and fucking Bachelor and all these things. They all whittle you. They're all about whittling, right? It's a series of starting with a lot of people and then having the sadness of people getting knocked out every episode, and
I think reality TV suffers a lot from and some of those shows that you mentioned are the worst for it. I think it's hard for them to get people onto the show that aren't angling for some a big boost to their social media presence or whatever. It's like not quite influencers, but maybe wannabe influencers that sign up for a lot of these shows because they think it's exposure for them. Like they're going to be known all of a sudden, and then they're going to get a lot more followers or whatever. And I think a lot of these shows, like I know The Apprentice has done this, and I feel like maybe the Traitors would do it as well, but like they kind of shy away from these, larger than life personalities that turn up, like they're people that are already, on Instagram or trying to like be big on Instagram or whatever, and they'll kind of settle for people that aren't like that more so. Like the most recent season of The Apprentice, it kind of showed that they vetted people like that out more, and both seasons of The Traitors have had just really like normal people, like you don't get the sense that these people are after some sort of like internet fame or clout or whatever. They're just there because they want the experience. They want to be on the show.
I guess
whatever.
The point I'm trying to make is that if it's a competition of who is the best singer, right, then it makes sense that people get knocked out along the way, I guess, because then you get to whittle down who is the best, and even that is a very cruel process because it leaves almost everyone involved, apart from the person who wins, disappointed, right? And it's very emotional.
There's been people that haven't won that have gone on to be successful. Like, I think Will Young didn't win, and he's done all right.
He came second, and that was early seasons.
Yeah,
I would say.
And then the person that won against him has probably not done as well as Will Young. I'd
still
argue.
think that the whole experience is an emotional roller coaster for these people, and I think quite traumatic and stressful, right? And now, and I think doing the Traitors is gamifying it for no good reason. It's a cruel game, which I imagine, again, having not watched it, although we did do our own video version of it, I imagine maybe it isn't, maybe it's fine. Maybe people have nice, realistic, lovely chats where they're all lovely to each other, and they're not shouting at each other and being all horrible and getting all upset and fake acting and fake crying and all this. But do you know what I mean? It does feel like fodder. It feels like TV emotional trauma fodder, which I guess is always a lot of reality TV has been.
It's not super dramatic, I don't think. They get a little heated. The
Traitors is actually pretty good. It's actually not a bad show, and it can be. It's interesting to see because there's a lot at stake. Like the Traitors just, having to argue their way out of a corner. Like, if you've ever watched like a game of Mafia or any of those games with full knowledge, which of course you have watching the show, it is interesting to see when someone's lying. Watching someone lie when you know the truth is quite entertaining. And seeing the plays that people make, seeing people go down these rabbit holes where they're just convinced of the wrong thing. I can relate to all that so much, like being so sure of myself, trusting my gut and being completely wrong. Seeing other people do it is quite entertaining. It's genuinely not a bad show. The problem is they fill out the hour with all these fucking stupid tasks.
Yeah,
and I hate that.
I know
so much.
We're the same. We don't like them either. But I feel like they found a pretty good spot with the tasks. They're not They're not as prominent as they were. I feel like they probably had a lot of feedback where it's like it's too much on the tasks.
It's so boring. Like it's like watching.
I'd rather just watch them milling around in the castle, working on backstabbing each other or whatever. Than the tasks are just silly. Like it's always the same, you know.
I understand why they do it. Though, but I think it would be better if the tasks, because the thing is, all the money that's won in the tasks goes into the prize pool.
Yeah.
What I would like is if the money lost on a task went into the traitors prize pool. So then there's a question of, are they throwing this game on purpose because they're a traitor and they want more money in the traitors prize pool?
That's another big one. People get stuck on that one all the time. Like, you know, when there's no sort of evidence against someone, that's the go-to. Are they sabotaging the task?
For that task.
Are the producers putting them up to sabotaging the task for their benefit?
Well, there's
or whatever?
nothing to go on, and it's
not.
And there's no chance of a game. You know, and it's all entirely on vibes. It's a very different experience. Anyway,
it's good. It is good though. I've enjoyed it, and the celebrity one seems to be okay for now as well.
I normally hate celebrity anythings.
Same, same. I usually don't bother watching them, but this one, just because I saw the cast and I recognized for once more than like 2 people in the lineup, I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. Like it might be pretty good, and it's so far it's all right. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you guys ever heard of Pop Bitch?
No,
it's a newsletter. It's been going for fucking 25 years.
Called Pop Bitch.
Yeah, all one word, Pop Bitch. It's just like UK gossip. It's like a gossip newsletter.
Pop Bitch.
It's genuinely brilliant.
Gossip, scandalous stories.
Yeah, it's really funny. So it's like people anonymously send in stories and tips about famous people and their sordid lives, right? It's honestly, it can be absolutely hilarious. There's all kinds of shady shit that the celebs go on, but there's also just interesting things. Like this is the supper club, the after dinner speaker club they're talking about. So Christian Horner, who was I think a Formula One team manager.
Yeah, he's married to he was married to Jerry Halliwell, or still is, I think. I think they are still married.
So you can get him for $25K for an after dinner chat. Amal Rajan and Nick Robinson, $25K. You can get them to speak at your after dinner. And so they're saying, for comparison, an influencer like Molly May Hague, who I've never heard of, $20K for an Insta endorsement. She gets £20,000 for an endorsement on Instagram. I don't know who she is. She's a reality TV personality. She was on Love Island. So there you go. That's all it takes. You were talking about how people want to get on here to boost their profile and everything. If you go on a show like that and do well, suddenly you're earning $20K for saying, buy this makeup, and you just have to do a post on Instagram. That's why people do it. It's it didn't used to be this way. It became a thing.
I will say this. First of all, when you hear these numbers, like, and everyone's like, oh my God, you know, but a lot of this is, some of this is fuck you money, what I call fuck you money. It's like, I don't want to do this, but I'll do it for this much money.
Yeah,
and
like that doesn't mean insane amount of money.
That doesn't mean it's my rate.
I thought fuck you money was so much money you could tell anyone to go fuck themselves. I thought that's what
exactly,
fuck you
it kind of
was.
is. It's like, well, that's what I call it. And I feel like you do encounter this sometimes with
we have definitely talked about this before
for a job. You know, like even like getting your getting something like some painting done or whatever. You know, if the guy is really busy and he doesn't really want to do it, he'll give you a quote that's higher, you know, than he would otherwise. And if you say yes, then, you know, it suddenly becomes worth his time, right? And so I think that some people are making their living on after dinner speaking. Are you doing your little after dinner speech there, P-Face?
Yeah, he's to get $20K. He's just going to tell.
You reminded me. You said something about a quote or something like that. And I remembered I got a builder's quote and I was taking a few days to respond to it. So I just responded, yes, let's push ahead and book this in.
When you said Pop Bitch, it reminded me of the BBC used to have this thing. It was like a celebrity stock market. It was like a little web app game, like you played it in your browser. This is before phones.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
And so what you would start off with some money, and you would use that money to buy stocks in celebrities, and their stocks would go up based on if they were mentioned in the news. It had like this aggregator that would sort of go through and see.
Celeb
That's it. Yeah, man, it was so much fun. I used to the first office job I ever had. I used to play it all the time.
Dude, this was just on the BBC website.
It was, yeah. It was just
it had its own TV show.
Oh, I didn't realize it had its own TV show. That's really interesting. But
players were given the opportunity to buy and sell shares using £10,000 of virtual cash. You had to buy celebs and think who was going to be.
Yeah,
and there was also a sports DAC as well that you could do.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
It was super fun. Yeah, so you check the news every day and you'd be like, "Fuck, okay, I hope I just bought like 20 shares in Michael Jackson yesterday.
Right.
Like, hopefully he does something stupid overnight and he's just everywhere, and then like his prices shoot up or whatever. It was fun. It was just like a time waster, but I wish there was something like that again. It was super fun. But I think they closed it down. They said, "Oh, we're revamping it. We're going to bring it back," and then they just never brought it back.
Typical.
Yeah, it was a really cool idea. It was really fun.
We had good shares in Greg. Greg Wallace shares did great.
Oh my God!
I've sold them.
They would have gone just absolutely crazy. We would have been.
He was all over the fucking shop.
Billionaires. Yeah, he was everywhere.
You still saw it trickling in when they were doing MasterChef, because there were a lot of news bits around him with
but I
every
also
episode.
Still get emails and messages of everyone fucking send me Greg Wallace memes on Instagram. I just delete them.
How did we do last week on for politics? Because I know it was mentioned that whenever we talk about any politics, people get mad, but I don't think we spoke about politics at all last week, did we?
No, I mean there is a certain group that takes offense when we talk about politics because we're talking about politics in a way that they don't agree with.
Oh gosh,
so
I can't imagine who that might be.
Right. So people on the right get very upset when we talk about it and they call us ill-informed. They're the ones doing the complaining.
Right.
Because their idea of informed is being a fascist, I guess. If you're informed, you'd be a fascist. If you're not informed, you're a cuck liberal.
Right.
Is the best I can tell from the vitriol in the comments and the emails.
All I can say is that Trump is a pedo protector. That's all I'm saying.
Just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. Listen, I'm not trying to start an argument here. I'm just saying he's like a nanny for nonsense. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's all they need to say, though. If all the Democrats just start saying that, then
they ain't saying shit.
That's all they need to say. Right?
They ain't doing shit.
Listen, I know I've talked a lot about TV, but I have one more thing I would like to recommend if you haven't seen it yet. It's I think it's 5 or maybe a 6-part series. You can watch it on BBC iPlayer. I'm not sure where else you could watch it if you're not in the UK. But it's called Once Upon a Time in Iraq. It's really good. It's a really, really, really good documentary. And I think even if you think you know bits and pieces about the 2003 invasion of Iraq, or you feel like you're done with it, or you don't know much about it and you don't care, whatever, still watch it. I feel like everybody has to see it. It's so good. It's really, really well done. It's sad. And it's awful, but it's just so well done. It sort of starts and it says, you've heard from all the politicians, but now experience the war in Iraq through the eyes of like the journalists who were there, soldiers who were there, and the people of Iraq. And it's insane.
It sounds great. It's narrated by Andy Serkis, who is himself half Iraqi. I think his mum was half Iraqi, half English, and his dad was half Iraqi, half Armenian. Andy Serkis, Gollum.
Oh yeah, I don't like him.
I love him. I think he's great. He was great.
I don't like him for one reason. He looks like he's got poor hygiene.
Right.
He just gives up
hygiene.
Yeah, it looks like a guy that's
he does a good job narrating this documentary though. Don't let it put it off. You don't ever see this guy as far as I can tell, but it's really good. It's really worth a watch. It's a really
I just feel like he's like
series.
Does something disgusting. You know what I mean? He just strikes me as a kind of a disgusting guy.
You got bad vibes. He's got some dirty secret. Is that what you think?
Yeah,
he's got one of those really gross eating habits. Like he instead of eating a donut, he licks like the whole of the donut until from the inside out the donut disappears or something like that.
His tongue going through the whole of the donut.
Yeah, he just tongues it. He tongues it until eventually it's just gone.
Don't mind me, just getting the arse.
It's going to take me about a week to get through this bad boy, but trust me, this is the way I like to do it. tastes great.
my God,
it's just fucking. There's something about him.
Insane.
I just not a fan.
Well, if you can get past him, I would totally recommend this documentary series. Even if you're not overly interested in the subject matter, it's a really really good one. Really well done. Really interesting. But like I said, really sad and awful at times. But good. There you go. That's my big up for this week. By the way,
there's a new
Once Upon a Time in Iraq.
New double episode of 24 Hours in Police Custody out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These TV show
I will be watching that.
It is so good. We watched episode 1 last night.
Oh, nice.
Genuinely amazing.
Nice.
Like, looking forward to episode 2. I will say this, the culprit plays Minecraft. So keep your eyes out for that.
Okay.
People that play Minecraft, not good people, according to this TV show.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to get my lobby group to look into this. Actually, I don't want Minecraft having a bad name. I want to make sure that we're only spreading good vibes about Minecraft on the airways at all times.
New Discord rule here for the channel: good vibes about Minecraft only, please. Only good vibes.
You only want good vibes.
Before we continue, do you ever use incognito mode? Well, it's probably not as incognito as you think, as Google recently settled a $5 billion lawsuit after being accused of secretly tracking their users. This is because incognito does not mean invisible, and all your online activity is still completely available to a ton of third parties. That is, unless you use ExpressVPN. That's right. Your ISP mobile network provider or the admins of your Wi-Fi network can see what you're doing. So why not protect yourself? ExpressVPN hides your IP address. It's easy to use. It works on all devices. I use it. I recommend it. I have it at home. I feel more comfortable browsing the internet in private. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Triforce. That's expressvpn.com/Triforce. Find out how you can get up to 4 months for free. expressvpn.com/Triforce. On with the show. Did I tell you guys that I've been trying to learn how to use Blender? And also, you've been coding Unity.
No.
Yeah, you mentioned
you mentioned that you were working on a game, but I won't go into the details. Is this to do with that?
Yeah.
Is Blender like Grindr? Isn't that the one for lesbians?
I love the idea of that. I
got a lot of lesbians in my Steam friends list, if that's the case, because a lot of people seem to use Blender on Steam.
I was watching why the tutorial was so weird. It was making me upload my picture and say my interests.
I was jacking off all the time. Don't know what came up. Could not stop.
I went on like 3 days before I realized that I hadn't done a 3D model yet. It's like a go to the 3D modeling thing, and it's not necessarily intuitive at all, but it is. There's a lot of, you can pretty much just Google or like use ChatGPT if you've got a problem with anything. You can just be like, how do I do this? Or how do I do this weird thing? And it's like, oh. So yeah, I hate the way ChatGPT says things to you. It'll say things like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. But then it'll tell you something and you'll be like, this doesn't work. And it's like, oh yeah. And then it'll give you another suggestion. You'll be like, again, that doesn't work. And it's like, oh no, sorry, you're right. You're right. And sorry, you're right. But then finally, if you say to it, like, I'm using the latest version, because weirdly, for some reason, I don't know who is using old versions of these things, but ChatGPT's default solution is like out of date. Of course it is, because it doesn't assume that you're using the latest version of a program. It assumes that your problem is with Blender version 4 or whatever. And It's like, once you tell it you're on Blender version 6, it's like, oh, that changes everything. And then, but you'll ask it another question and it will just immediately assume you're using Blender version 4 again. So, you have to almost every time you ask it a question, you have to give it this incredibly fucking overly detailed question. You can't just talk to it like it's a human. It doesn't seem to have very good memory as well. Like, it will have forgotten. Like, even if you say to it, always assume I'm on the latest version and never forget this, it will have forgotten it in like 2 prompts. Do you see what I mean?
No. All right, stop. You are cutting out every time at the end of a sentence. You're going, you know the way, and it just, nothing comes through.
Sorry.
And then you'll say,
you know
do you know what I mean?
And then
it's
it
like,
was
no,
silent for
I do
about
not know what you
10
mean.
seconds,
Sorry.
and then you came back with,
boring.
you know what I mean?
It's boring. So
restart Discord or something, because this is just, we cannot follow this conversation.
I'm going to restart Discord. Hang on.
I love that. I love how we were both waiting just to see if you could kind of get away with like, yeah, I know what you mean.
I was like, maybe it's just being wobbly for a second, but no, didn't understand a fucking
that
word
is
of that.
so funny. Oh, fuck's sake.
I don't know. It's the Yogg's office internet. I guess there's a bunch of people caning it.
Wait, is he at home or is he at the office?
I guess he's at the office, right?
Oh, he must be at. Oh, yeah, he could be. Sometimes he does these from home, though. He might be at home.
That's true.
Hello.
That's true.
Hey,
I am at home.
Hello.
I'm not very well as well.
Oh, he's not well.
We were talking about how cursed your internet is, and it wants me to just tell you quickly, just before you talk more about Blender Lewis. I've been playing Clover Pit, and I have the worst luck of any human being. Probably on the whole planet when it comes to gambling.
Clover Pit?
Yeah, it's like Balatro, but with a slot machine. You're stuck in a little room, and you have to get these little charms to make better combos with a slot machine, and you have to keep paying.
Any good?
It's great. Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay,
I get it's on Steam. I think it was on sale the other day as well. But yeah.
It is for £7.95.
Yeah, but if you like Balatro, pick it up. It's really good.
I did like Balatro. So the only thing that puts me off is that it's like a story. That there's like a story.
Not
I don't
really.
really.
There's little fun elements to unlock stuff or whatever.
These games have the bare minimum they could possibly do of a story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There is a door that you need to open, and then when you eventually open the door, you get a 2-second cutscene.
Yes, I know.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine. So. Okay, I think if I just speak in small, you can
land a 666 Vlax, which is there's a 1.5% chance of landing it. It works in rounds, so you get like 7 spins per round, for example.
Right.
And when you're in the round, you're locked in. Okay, so whatever your charms are, whatever, you're locked into that round until the spins are all done. So you're accumulating money during the round, and you can occasionally. 1.5% chance. Sometimes it can be more depending on the things that you've chosen. You can hit a 666, which wipes out your money for that that you haven't banked yet. So you might have quite a bit of money because you might be halfway through the round or whatever, and it'll wipe you out. 1.5% chance. I'm not even kidding. Yesterday I was playing, I hit it like 4 times in a row. Like fuck, it was driving me insane. I feel like or at least yesterday when I was playing, I just felt straight up cursed. Like I just felt like I had the worst possible luck. There is a luck modifier in the game. You can get items that give you plus luck, which I had none. So maybe, looking back, that was my problem. But it just felt like at a 1.5% chance, this made like XCOM 2's percentage chances look like amateur hour. Like it was it was hitting all the time, and it was driving me crazy. But
it is fun.
Really fun.
It is fun.
Really fun.
So I'll try and tell you what I experienced with Unity. Basically, I started doing this tutorial, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll just do like this demo,
right?
That they've set up, and it starts off, and it's like press file. Press cube, put cube in scene. And it's like, okay, like the most, like a 4-year-old could do this.
Yeah.
Right. And it gets like halfway through the tutorial, and every single step has been the most baby thing you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And then it says, now write a piece of code to move the cube around.
Write a class.
And you're like, well, sorry. But so you're not going to teach me like anything about this?
Yeah, I love how it goes. It goes from like computer instructions for your 85-year-old grandmother to now start coding. It's pretty good.
Now draw the rest of the owl or whatever.
Press the Windows icon.
But then it sort of says, copy paste in this massive line of code. To make your own game. And it's like, well, that's not making my own game, is it? That's you giving me the answer and not telling me anything or not teaching me anything about what any of these things.
Well, if you want to write your own game, Lewis, you need to learn like some C++, make your own engine, and then maybe even just keep using C++ after that as well. If you really want to, you want to get crazy with it.
I'm 41 years old.
He's 41 years old.
Oh my God.
I don't have time to fucking. I don't have a brain.
I ain't got time. I've been working. I've got bills to pay, kids' mouths to stuff with. Who you want me to learn to kill? I'm 41 years of age.
It's not the right time.
I've barely got time to get a haircut these days. I'm working so hard. I can't pay bills.
Thank God. I'm not going back to school.
The wife's hungry. She's 51 years old.
If you're 41 years old, why don't you just, instead of trying to make a game, why don't you just play some fun games?
Yeah, just play a game and stop trying to make a game.
Just chill out, man.
Just be lazy.
Just be lazy and just play someone else's game.
I mean, this is why Dude Sim Alaska has never been made, Sips.
It never will be either. It will remain vaporware forever.
Play games.
Yeah, well, somebody eventually
pitch me Dude Sim Alaska one more time. Pitch me this game.
Okay, imagine a game that looks like Rust, but it's more like a cozy cabin simulator. But all the things that you would have to do in a cabin. So you not only do you have to build your cabin from scratch, you have to like chop down trees. You got to get the wood ready so that you can make your log cabin. You got to go fishing and hunting, and you got to do some farming to survive. And one of the fun things to do in the game is, as you're exploring this vast wilderness that you live in alone, you can occasionally collect old like car and bike parts. So you have like longer term projects to work on. So you can like build a push bike, you can build a car and restore it. And this is so that you can eventually travel like to the town to do some trading. You know, you might want to trade like some goods for like some other goods or whatever. It's kind of like a slice of life simulator, you know, but like it'll look like not like pixely. You know, like imagine like a third person Stardew Valley that just looks a bit more realistic and maybe is a little bit more satisfying or fulfilling because of that sort of thing, you know. But you just get to do all these little mundane survival tasks and stuff. And I feel like that would be like such a fun game to play. You know, you just add like more and more stuff into it. You know, you can design projects that are as big or as small as you'd like. You know, you can spend as much time doing stuff as you want or not. You know, it's up to you. You just do what you want. And then, you know, maybe it'd be fun if there was like occasionally people that you could talk to in the game if you want to. But if you don't want to, it's fine. You don't have to. You know, give them gifts and then eventually marry them and then have kids. You could have some kids in your cabin as well, and you could raise an army of children.
I feel like the scope is get out of control, and you can modify their genes.
You can modify their genes. You can give them bionic implants if you want to make them better at farming or doing tasks that you don't want to do. You know, you could potentially roll like a 10 out of 10 car refurbisher child, a 4-year-old child that refurbishes your car that you can sell it for the big bucks in the town. And then you could have enough money to buy all the seeds that you need for the next year's harvest or whatever, you know.
And sometimes raiders come.
Sometimes raiders can come, but you can switch them off. There's an option to switch off raiders if you want to go peaceful mode. You could attach like engines to your cabin and fly it to a different location if you get bored. Eventually, yes. You get enough hyperfuel, you can leave the planet and go to another planet and start over fresh somewhere else.
Huh. Hey, cool. Can we change the subject to something that I wanted to ask you
yes,
guys
please.
About?
Quickly.
I'm just trying to help out.
Yeah,
okay,
no, that's good.
Sorry, no, thank God.
That's all right. I was watching the Departed, the movie
The Departed.
about The Departed.
The Departed has Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio. And I feel like Matt Damon is in it as well.
Matt Damon is in it, yeah.
This is it. So my partner has never listened to a podcast ever in her life.
Get her to listen to this one.
No, this is not a good example.
She said, "What's your podcast about?" And I said, "This is what I said to her." I said, "Sips watches like ordinary TV,
very ordinary TV, like the boomer levels of TV." Yeah.
Pyrion watches old movies. Usually on TV because they're on.
Yeah.
I don't watch to know that is complete
And then we
bullshit.
do this fun thing where Flax mentions a movie and I try to guess who everybody, all the actors were in it. And normally I get it wrong, except for in the case of the Departed, which
the Departed, you got it pretty well.
I've seen the Departed, so I know.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That helps.
I just said to her, you won't like it. You won't like this podcast.
No, I don't. I'm amazed anyone does. So yeah, I've met your partner. They're definitely not going to like this.
No,
Well, but the thing is, I
feel like your partner would absolutely not like this. Not like, I don't think she'd be offended or anything. I think she'd be offended at how low quality it is. Well.
She would be like, "You're doing this, and you could be spending time with me, and this is what you're doing."
I said to her, I was like, but you, when you're in the car driving, because she does quite a lot of driving around.
He's cut out again. Brilliant.
When you're in the car.
So good.
Silence. Yes.
She does quite a lot of driving around, and she listens to Radio 4. Now, I said to her, "How do you know what's on?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I just know what's on when, and I like everything." And I was like, but a lot of the time I've been in the car with you and it's been absolute shit on the radio. Wouldn't you prefer to listen to a podcast which is specific to the thing that you like?
Right. You'd be like, I'm interested in this topic. Let me see if there's a good podcast out there. Or even just some of the big famous ones like Serial or something like that. Like some big famous podcasts, Yeah, give them a listen.
Okay.
But,
not interested?
Not interested.
Recently, in the car, I've been listening to a Spotify generated artist radio based on the band L7. You ever heard of L7?
No.
They're like an old like a heavier grunge band from like the 90s.
Uh-huh. I see.
An all-girl group.
Oh, hell yeah.
You probably heard they had a kind of mainstream-ish hit called Pretend We're Dead, which you may have heard. But okay, listen to this playlist, okay? So this is auto-generated off of the artist, okay? So Pretend We're Dead by L7, Holiday in Cambodia by the Dead Kennedys, Gouge Away by the Pixies, Waiting Room by Fugazi, Cannonball by the Breeders, Shove by L7, Dead Kennedys again, Too Drunk to Fuck, if you're familiar with that one, Monkey Gone to Heaven by the Pixies, Jesus Built My Hot Rod by Ministry, and it goes on and on and on and on. And then Lump by the Presidents of the United States of America is on here.
I hate them so
much. You can imagine how quickly I skipped it when it came on. I'm trying to listen to some nice grunge hits and some punk music, and all of a sudden Lump comes on. I was just like, oh my God, what is going on here? But
that sucks.
Yeah, great. Really nice play. I like the auto-generated playlists sometimes.
It's good. They're fun.
They're good.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
Be careful. Spotify are pushing AI songs on them. No,
are they?
Joke.
That's a shame. So my original point, I was watching The Departed, okay? And I've got a question for you, because Leonardo DiCaprio's in that movie, and he meets a lady who is Matt Damon's girlfriend, and they sort of get together. When we're watching a movie, and there's someone in it like Leonardo DiCaprio, who's a very handsome guy. This is when he was before his head got bigger. If you've noticed, his head is a lot bigger now than it was back when he made The Departed. His head was like normal size then.
Yeah,
now
he's always had like
larger.
A fairly large head.
But now it's much bigger.
In proportion to the rest of his body.
Yeah, I would say now his head is
like in the movie Catch Me If You Can. I was always surprised that like they didn't just catch him immediately because his head's so big. Like
I mean, he's not
like
Modoc level.
There he is. There's big head. Get him.
He's got
shouldn't be that hard.
An APB head on a guy with a fucking huge
got an APB
head.
on a guy with a gigantic cassava melon head. Looks like Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
But he's very good looking. So my question is, when they have an actor playing a character, are we meant to notice the fact that they're very good looking, almost so good looking that they could be an actor or a model? So am I meant to just ignore the fact that they're very good looking and be like, oh, there's no way this girl's going to talk to him? Or am I also meant to think, oh yes, part of his character is that he's a very handsome guy?
Yeah.
Like, am I meant to just overlook that fact? When you have a beautiful woman who's down on her luck in a movie, am I meant to just ignore the fact that she could clearly just get a job as a model or anything? Am I meant to just ignore that fact? Or am I meant to think, man, I can't believe no one's noticed how gorgeous this woman is? What am I meant to do with the part of my brain that evaluates that these people are clearly very handsome people?
Okay, well, this is part of your suspension of disbelief, right?
Yeah.
It's the idea that you are willing to push aside and join in
right.
with this, right?
If everyone else in that world is acting like everything's normal, we just have to go along with it, right?
Yeah, I don't even. I'm not sure I even think in those terms when I watch movies. Like I just, I don't really think about it. I just let it wash over me. Yeah.
See, if it's a film I've seen before, this is why I quite like to watch films I've seen before, because I can sort of take the time to think about things I hadn't when I was just watching it the first time. Because this is only the second time I've seen the movie. I didn't think The Departed was great. It was okay. Infernal Affairs, which is the film it was based on.
Wasn't Jack Nicholson like almost like a mafia figure sort of?
Yeah, he's like an Irish mafia in Boston. Yeah. Hey, here's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. You tell me if you think this is something. Is this anything? All right. There's a Blue Sky account called Triforce Podcast Fact Checker.
Right.
You aware of this?
Yeah. There used to be a Twitter account like that too.
Right. So now, luckily he's moved over to Blue Sky. Or she, I don't know. And they post facts and then they check them.
Right.
So, for example, from 6 days ago, Sips did not get raptured, is the fact. Goblins will not get you if you don't eat your crusts, is another.
That's it. This is a fact. Yeah, these are good facts.
There is no bonus Triforce podcast called We Hate Women.
Oh man, we can make it. Let's change that.
We could. Yeah,
we should just do a bonus episode
just for the Patreon, just for the incels that follow us on Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll do a We Hate Women episode weekly. A weekly We Hate Women.
Oh my god, yeah.
So it's like these are clearly things that we've said just in passing, and then they're fact checked. For example, Nicolas Cage's first name is not Pickles. I don't know why we thought it was Pickles Cage.
I think it's because of that. I think it's a Gary's Mod thing. Isn't it? Isn't there like a Pickles Cage skin in TTT or something? I don't know.
Marilyn Manson did not have ribs removed so that he could
that's a common that is a common I don't know how. This is back before the internet existed, but that rumor was just in every high school in the 90s. Like it didn't matter where the school was. If it was in the West, even in the UK, they were saying it.
Oh yeah, it's the same as the Richard Gere hamster up the arse thing. These are just rumors that went around.
What was that? What was the thing? It was that he put a hamster in his ass using a tube of
it was a gerbil or a hamster or something.
A gerbil, and then somebody needed to see if the gerbil was in there, and they used a lighter to light it up, and it blew up because he farted.
Something stupid.
It's something so stupid. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean,
so like this.
I remember telling people that though when I was at school, like it was, like
it's
really common factual knowledge. Yeah,
it is funny how it spreads between playgrounds, and you always get this, right? Somehow there's some underground network that manages to pass it between schools virally, like COVID or something. Just gets out there, these rumors. The thing about that first one is that it was different for a different generation. Like for Simon, I remember he always said it was James Bolan who had a rib removed, and for me it was obviously Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Who's that?
It was always Marilyn Manson for us.
James Bowman, the countertenor?
Bloody, what's his name?
Oh, do you mean Mark Bolan?
Mark Bolan.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. I thought James Bowman was a celebrity. I'd missed that one. That's fine.
But yeah, like
quick
it's always...
fact check, by the way. Quick fact check. Judas did not betray Jesus by cheating in Magic the Gathering, just in case you were wondering. Carry on.
We've said a lot of shit on this podcast.
We do talk a tremendous amount of shit on this podcast, but every once in a while though, I don't know, actually. We'd have to fact check that. Do we ever talk about serious stuff? We do.
Yeah,
very occasionally. Not always, though.
No, we do occasionally talk about serious stuff.
Yeah. Leif Erikson did not discover Iceland. It is likely he was born there around a century after it was first settled.
Interesting.
Oh, that is...
I mean, so to say likely, it's likely he was born there, but he did not discover it. So, that's interesting. But Iceland, they probably found that quite early on. It's not that far. Greenland is what they think Leif Erikson discovered, right?
Greenland.
Maybe.
Greenland they discovered really early on, because I think they were going to Greenland all the time, basically.
Maybe.
And then they just decided at some point, let's go a little bit further. And that's how they discovered North America.
I mean, I guess, but the thing is, you can see...
Oh, we were always told that it was the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria that did it.
Yeah.
That discovered the New World.
If you're in Greenland, if you're in the very north, you can see Canada. I'm sure it's pretty close.
I don't know. I've never been.
But
I have family that lived in Goose Bay, if that helps.
Maybe you can't see it. Maybe it is still too far away. You can on a good day. You can see Calais from Dover, can't you? Apparently,
you can see the coast of France from here on a clear day. It's about 14 miles. 14 miles away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty far though. Like to be able to actually see very clearly the coast of another country. It's amazing. It's kind of nuts, actually. Yeah.
But so I'm guessing if you could, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, the problem is the bit that's closest to America and Canada, everything is in the very frozen north. I'm guessing they lived on the southern part of Greenland, where it's probably quite green.
There's lots of Greenland that is uninhabitable.
Yeah,
it's like
it's a long bloody way though. It's a long way. These distances.
It is
Iceland was one of these places that was just Iceland and places like New Zealand were just sort of too far until we had modern ships to really get to, and so they never had.
Did they have any sought after resources at the time? Because that was normally what would sort of people would go and check places out, and if they had something that was useful, then they would set up shop, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Well, it wasn't really Islands, just like let's just colonize everywhere.
There.
Like they wanted stuff. They wanted to integrate into the...
Do you think that the reason the Vikings went out and did that shit was because they wanted stuff? Or
they
just thought... What resources did they want? They
absolutely did. Their part of their sort of culture was raiding, wasn't it? It was
but that was money.
To make offerings to the gods and stuff.
Wasn't that money and women that they were after?
Yeah,
I feel like. So my question is, like, they
were looking for
resources.
Places to plunder. I mean, that's why they attacked. Everywhere that they attacked, basically. That's
just free loot. That's like shoplifting.
No, but it was all like. They would capture people to do blood sacrifices to the gods. They didn't
do blood sacrifices,
offerings and stuff. Well, I watched like 7 seasons of Vikings, and there were a couple. So
fair enough. I don't know how accurate
unless
it is.
they got that wrong.
But the point is, if you're sailing off to the frozen wastes of Greenland and you found like no one there or whatever, are they still? You're not going to bring them back. It's too far. Like they're going out there to colonize. I
don't know if they were really.
Okay, you got to
I think they always came back.
All this stuff is very much a process of very gradual, very slow progress, right? Like what you have is you have people living in a place, people having fishing boats going out, going further and further, learning the waters, learning the things over hundreds of years, and realizing, oh, look, there's a little bit of land here, or this is a shallow area. Maybe there's something if we keep going. And then they have curious people go and explore to see if there is something out there, and then they meet a coastline, and then they follow that coastline, and then that's how they end up, at the next place down.
It's like The Sims, but in real life. Like they discover a new creek, and then do 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 do. Like it opens up a new area for them.
Yeah, it's all very gradual.
Yeah,
I love the Sims speak. It really makes me laugh.
Well, it's now owned by the Saudis. Saudis own Sims, don't they?
Yeah,
they bought EA.
EA
is
insane. I guess. Yeah, I suppose probably there's another Sims in the works, but it's really just FC. Battlefield. I guess there's new Battlefield coming out, and
there is a new Sims apparently in the works. But there's that one that came out in the meantime that's made by a different company. I can't remember what it's like.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Like is
something? Like, it's got a weird name. Like a lot of these things, it's got a name that made no sense.
Yeah.
But what about all those comedians that went over to do that?
Saudi Arabia.
Festival?
Yeah, that's a lot of. There's been a lot of backlash on that.
That was crazy.
A lot of
big
names.
Mainly because.
A lot of big names that swore they would never do something like that went over.
Or that they're like, I should be able to say what I want. Yeah. And then they go there and they're like, oh, but I'm happy for the money to say to be told what I can and can't say. Like, that's pretty disgraceful. That's what gets me, I think. If you just went there and just ignored the fact that, there's some dodgy shit happening, at least as long as you've never said anything and you go out there and you're allowed to just say what you like, you go out there and criticize them openly and say, that's fucked up. Then, fair enough. That's like
here's the thing
some
about Bill Burr. He always struck me as the kind of guy who's like, so I beat my wife, who cares? It's just a thing, right? I beat my wife, whatever, right? He was always that kind of guy, right? A bit of a scumbag. A bit like, I want to make America great again. What's all these brown people coming over here? Do you know what I mean? He was always kind of that.
I don't think
guy.
he ever gave off racist vibes.
Well,
no,
but he
I don't
was,
think
though.
he
is from Boston, though. But hey.
His wife is black as well, isn't she?
I think she's Latina, isn't she?
Oh, right.
Whatever. I just got the vibe.
I don't think he's. I don't actually think he's racist. I don't know much about him otherwise, though.
But then sort of he became this very left-wing darling, right? Where he would talk up like all of the goods. He would talk up the whole. It's like he went full Russell Brand basically, and became like this darling of the left wing. No, but now he's gone back to it.
Wait, isn't Russell Brand like a big like religious nut now?
Oh, just in time for the allegations to come in against Russell Brand, he was like, "I've discovered Jesus."
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
What?
I feel like this just shows Bill Burr's two colors, though. It's that he doesn't care.
No, he literally the reason people are so angry is because he really did have a lot of stuff to say about how Saudi Arabia, I wouldn't go there, they're cutting people's heads off, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was really vociferous in his, I ain't fucking going.
Well, but he's been woke on every topic lately. He's been, again, he's a darling. He's like, everything he's been standing up to the man.
Yeah, but only because it's almost like someone's dad who's not a Trump voter. Like, you're kind of shocked that a guy like him is actually not on board with all this right-wing stuff.
Especially because he sort of was before.
Yeah, exactly. So it's almost like, oh, we've won him over.
Yeah, exactly. He's on our team now.
The thing is, like, Aziz Ansari has a movie coming out, has money, and it's like, how much could they be giving you that you're willing to go over there and then go on Jimmy Kimmel and defend why you did it and look like the guiltiest dude ever, by the way. His defense was like, like literally wide-eyed terror the whole time trying to defend himself. None of them, like, how much money can it be? Are you not successful enough? Is Dave Chappelle not rich enough? Is Kevin Hart not rich enough?
Wait, Kevin Hart went too? I haven't really followed much of this, to be honest.
And then they're doing all these videos.
Even really follow comedians.
You and me, royal family, let's hang out, bros. Yeah, it's like, just stop being so fucking greedy. You guys are unbelievable. They ain't got bills to pay. If someone's got a mortgage to pay and they have to do this because it's like, well, it's this or nothing. I haven't already made it. I need this money. They own what I do. I'm in the same position in esports, right? Esports is owned by gambling, by crypto, and by the Saudis. That's just the truth of it. But I also have bills to pay that are not paid in the same way that all of Kevin Hart's bills forever are paid. Dave Chappelle never needs to work again. None of these fucking guys ever needs to do this for the money. They're just being greedy. And that is what drives people
I feel
mad.
like at this point, I'd be happy if Dave Chappelle never did work again. Like, I used to really like him.
He was so funny. He was so funny.
Fucking, I can't listen to him at all anymore.
He's good to go. He's good. All of these people who went, that's a great list of people to just cancel. Let's get rid of them.
I mean, it's honestly,
I don't know enough about all of them, but
dude, comedy is meant to speak truth to power.
I don't follow comedy.
It's always meant to speak truth to power.
Wasn't there a lesbian comic who went and performed out there at this big comedy festival? And that's a country where if you're a lesbian, you get imprisoned and tortured and killed. It's not a good place for lesbians.
It would be great if they liberalized.
Uninstall Blender before you go to Saudi Arabia. If that's the case. They check your phone when you land. Oh, you got Blender on here. You must be a lesbian.
It's just crazy to me that these guys are so rich and they could easily have taken some kind of stand here, but they just decided not to. I mean, how much money can it be? I mean, are we talking that they're offering Dave Chappelle like $50 million to go out there? Are they paying Bill Burr $25 million to go out there? Because those are the sorts of money where people will just go, do you know what? I can't turn that down. Can it possibly be that much? Because if it's $100,000 to do this show, they can go fuck themselves. These guys are millionaires multiple times over, and it's still not enough. Fuck them. Get them off the list of comedians and just call them what they are. They're just shills.
Yeah.
Well, apparently she has donated her fee to a human rights organization and apologized.
So why didn't she
in the first
commit
place
to doing that in the first place?
Yeah,
if they all went out there and said, yeah, we'll go there.
She has expressed sincere regret for the comedy festival. And
if they had agreed, if they had said at the start, yeah, I'm going, but I'm giving every single penny to this charity ahead of time, people would have probably been like, yeah, cool. But they didn't, of course. Now they're trying to claw back some respect. But I think they've lost so much respect.
I think there was a big backlash on this for sure.
Yeah.
And I think
I've seen a lot of the backlash, but I haven't really followed it overly. But again, I don't really follow any comedians. I don't regularly watch any comedians. Comedy for me died when poor old Norm Macdonald passed away.
That was only a couple of years ago.
I know. I haven't.
I see.
I haven't watched this
process.
Here's the thing is, like, she says this stuff, this wonderful stuff, which is like, this is, I got a guarantee from the government that I'd be able to perform LGBT material, and I hope that this could help LGBTQ plus people in Saudi Arabia feel seen and valued. You can tell, right? The Saudi government just had cameras going. Anyone who went to her show, they put their names on a list, right?
You reckon?
And then they're going to be all rounded up and fucking, sent to whatever the equivalent of the gulag is. Do you know what I mean? It's not fucking good.
I mean, the problem is if you're in Saudi Arabia and you criticize the government, if you're a journalist or you're critical of the government or the royal family, they will lock you up. Like, that is just a fact. There's no fucking around with that. Now, if they had this comedy festival and said, we are being completely open. You guys can say whatever you want. We don't do that controlling speech. You want here, you can say what you want. You come here, you can do what you want in the comedy festival. But they didn't. They gave them a bunch of topics they can't talk about. And that is what a lot of people who talk about, you can't say anything these days. Oh, we can't say anything with freedom of speech. They're happy to step all over that for money. And that, I think, is what people are most annoyed about. You cannot fly a flag for freedom of speech and say, we should be able to say what we want. You can't silence comedy. But then go like, oh, sorry, how much money? Oh, yeah, I won't ever mention those things.
Yeah,
it's like, well, then why are you being so disingenuous to shit you've said? Fucking crazy.
I always kind of got bad vibes about Aziz Ansari and Bill Burr and all these people. In the same way that you have bad vibes. Listen, you have bad vibes about Andy Serkis for no reason. But I understand.
No reason.
I have to look this guy up now, though. What's this, Andy?
I think,
very good
I think there's a much better reason
Andy
to have
Serkis.
bad vibes about all of the people that went to this comedy festival.
Andy Serkis doesn't look like he's got terrible hygiene problems. He just looks like a normal guy.
Hey, dude,
I think Hat Films hung out with him, dude, and they'll tell you. He probably smells nice. He's probably nice.
I'm just saying.
Hat Films got to hang out with him?
Yeah, they did a thing with him.
Oh. He's 61 years old.
Ask him about it when you're down.
I'm 61 years old.
He's 61 years old.
I'm 61 years old.
He's not going to be learning how to program in Unity.
I'm a brickie. I've been a brickie my whole life and I brick.
He was in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, he was Gollum.
Oh no, that's in 2027. Sorry.
He was Gollum. He
Rise
was Gollum
of the
in Lord
Planet
of
of
the
the
Rings.
Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, the Lord of the Rings Fellowship. Oh yeah, there you go.
Have you never heard of him before? Have you never heard of him before, Sid?
No, I have heard of him before. I just didn't realize it was this person. You know?
I see.
I have very little knowledge about this man, but he seems fine. I don't know what the problem is. Like, what's the beef?
Just do your research, mate. That's all I can say on that.
I've just done a very, very, very brief amount of research, and my conclusion is that this guy seems like he's probably a fine guy.
Well, there you go.
So I ask you once again, what's the beef?
Just a vibe.
It's just a bad vibe.
It's just a vibe.
He just has a bad vibe about him.
It's like, when you see someone,
would you be rude to him if you met him in real life?
Never.
Right.
I'm not rude to people.
Who would you be rude to in real life?
Lewis?
Fair play. That's a good shout.
I try not to be rude to
him as well, actually, yeah.
If someone had if I had some kind of beef with someone, I generally, if there's someone I don't like, I just ignore them. Whether that's rude or whatever, I don't know. But if there's someone I don't like, I won't engage with them. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. You're not going to fix someone who you find annoying or that you don't get on with or anything. Just move on.
Life's too short anyway.
Yeah,
I don't need to work that hard on someone. That's for sure.
See, look, it looks in this picture that you sent like Trot is trying to hold his breath because Andy Serkis smells so bad. That's what I'm just saying. In that still that you posted in the Discord. Trot is like, oh my God. He's just waiting for someone to open a window.
Maybe he's got some really poopy diapers. I
posted a screenshot from the Hatfields video where they met Andy Serkis, and I remember this because they're all sat there on a sofa looking really bored, playing some fucking thing on the telly. Look like they're having a miserable time.
Yeah, it really looks bad.
Oh yeah, there he is. So He's just sitting there with Trot and.
Do you reckon when Andy Serkis does something disgusting that he apologizes for it in the Gollum voice? Do you reckon he's like, "Oh, I just found it precious," like that?
This is some unfair shade being
This is really
who I think is a bit of a legend.
So
I'm
personal.
sure he's fine.
Like,
I'm sure he's fine. It's just.
What did he
I'm
do
sure
to
Bill
you?
Burr's fine.
Where did
and he
Andy
doesn't-
Serkis
It's
touch
just
you?
funny. It's just funny.
If you're a big fan of Bill Burr, I'm sure he doesn't beat his wife. I'm sure he's fine.
I haven't
All right?
seen. I don't think I've ever seen any Bill Burr stand up. I know of him.
It's pretty mid. It's
but
pretty
I
mid.
haven't ever watched him do a stand up.
Most of these big stand-up comedians, they're not really that funny. They're okay. A lot of them were better when they were younger, I think. But like Louis C.K., I think his stand-up is okay. Like when it was good. Now, he's kind of done all this creepy stuff.
He's not been cancelled as such, though, has he?
He was.
He's
But now
somehow
he's back.
somehow
He's back.
slalomed around.
Yeah, he just takes some time off and come back and make a joke about it, and people pretend it didn't happen.
Right.
And it's something that people can overlook.
Do you think he's lost a lot of his fan base through what he's done? Though?
No,
well,
I think his
here's
fan
the
base doesn't
thing.
give a fuck.
Really?
But the thing is, his TV show Louis is genuinely a brilliant show.
I watched some of that. Is that the
It's
one where
such
he
a good show.
has the big thing? He's trying to go through customs at the airport, and he's got like a gallon of lube in his.
All that kind of it's genuinely. I
awkward.
think his stand up I don't really enjoy. I never really did, but that show is a piece of brilliance, an absolute piece of comedy brilliance. And I think it's a real shame that he turned out to be a no good Nick, because that show is brilliant. And I really, really like that. And a lot of these guys, I think I'd like them in stuff other than their stand-up. Like their stand-up is the worst part of their career. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up, for example, is so lame. It's just the most mid. Do you ever notice? Like it's like literally boring.
Oh God,
But Seinfeld is one of my favorite shows.
He's gone through these such hateful phases too. Like the show Seinfeld is great, but then when he went through the whole sort of like he's some comedy scientist thing, like almost like he was like the gatekeeper of comedy. Like he went through that phase, and now he's just in this like super hateful phase. Like maybe he always has been. I don't know, but like what the hell happens to people?
He's 71 years old. They gotta keep working.
What happens to people though? Why do people just go so insane? Like I don't feel like any of us have gone insane.
But he's always been like, a bit bad.
We've always been just like the same old, pretty much.
He dated a 17-year-old.
I
when
know.
He was 39.
I know. Yeah, this is while they were doing Seinfeld as well. Like she was really young.
So Shanna, that's her name.
Yeah. But like I saw a clip of him, and he was being hateful, and his son was being hateful and stuff as well. And I just think, why do you have so much?
Everyone's on edge, man.
But like, why choose to just be so hateful? Like, he's got all the money in the world. He's got all the privilege that money affords and everything. Like, why just choose to be such a piece of shit with it? Like, why?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Especially if you feel like you have opinions or whatever that conflict with so many other people's opinions and stuff. Man, you've got so much money. Just keep them to yourself. Like, why do we need to even see you? Like, most people would make as much money as he's made, and you would never see them again. They would quite happily just go off and do their own thing and just enjoy the freedom that their fortune affords them or whatever. But like, we just have to constantly hear from these people all the time.
Know. It's just ego, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like politics is the same these days too. It's these people with like just so much money, and just think, why are you doing this? You've got everything. You do not need to do this. Like, just leave it.
But they think that the next level is the money is the one thing, right? And the lifestyle and everything. But now it's like, well, I'm also important. And the things that I have to say and what I believe is therefore also important. So it's time that I really put my stamp on things and save the world. And they just get committed to some ideology, and that becomes their entire focus and personality. And
all right, do you want
they just can't shut up?
News.
Lose news.
Yes, please.
So let me
Andy
post this in
Serkis
chat.
found guilty of stinking the place up. Is that the headline?
There is
Andy Serkis found guilty of wiping boogies on the royal throne.
On his girlfriend's sleeve.
I've sent you a picture of 4 James Bond covers. Can you tell what's wrong with these? Can you tell what's wrong with them?
Is it AI?
Hang on.
No, they're actual James Bond covers.
Is it the wrong body with the different head?
Sean?
Look at the GoldenEye one particularly, and the Dr. No one particularly, and look at their hands.
Oh yeah, they're all doing like a fist. It almost looks like Pierce Brosnan looks like he's just putting a surgical glove on to fist somebody.
Now, why do you think his fist would be like that shape?
Because he's wanking off.
No, because he was holding something that's been digitally erased.
Oh, they had a gun removed.
So they all were holding a gun.
And they've all had the gun. Oh, yeah, of course, Dr. No, Sean Connery looks like he would have been holding a gun there as well.
Yeah,
Why did they do that?
Amazon has been digitally erasing guns from the James Bond posters.
Just the posters? Because often the film opens with someone getting shot. So what's the point?
Well,
in fact, the intro for James Bond has the and the camera pans to him and he turns and shoots you, the audience. So what's the point?
I know, and I don't really understand why this is happening. I assume maybe it's the James Bond people are trying to make them more following Amazon's rules or something, or something's going on in that someone thinks that if you have a gun in the thumbnail, it'll be penalized by the algorithm or something like this. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's the world we're living in now,
where,
people are so crazy about these little things that,
So,
who knows?
By the way, The Sun and the Daily Mail have denounced this as woke.
Right.
Is it woke?
They could just call anything woke.
They
just call
they
woke.
do call everything woke. That's the
woke.
thing. This is the world we live in now, where everything that goes against what certain people think is just immediately denounced as woke, and like that's such a bad thing,
it's just so
it's crazy.
That's bizarre, isn't it? So do you want to know the reason why we have fingers? And it's if I try and ask you to guess,
so that we can shoot James Bond's gun with our fingers.
So is it so you can finger girls?
Come on,
no.
I'm just asking. He said it's not the reason you think.
How is that an evolutionary?
Because it gets them all turned on.
Right, I see.
I mean, my first guess would be eating food, and of course, oh no, it's not that. Manipulating tools. No,
if you didn't have fingers, you would not be able to pick your nose. You would not be able to pick your bum either.
Are you ready for the answer according to a paper written from Nature or wherever? It is fish buttholes. Fish buttholes are the reason we have fingers, a study has discovered. Apparently, new research into the origins of the formation of digits shows that the DNA switch controlling finger and toe development got a humble start regulating the formation of fish cloacas 380 million years ago.
So my hand is a fish cloaca.
It's evolved from that. I mean, in a sense, we are worms, right? Our mouth and our anus are linked.
It's spore.
I'm not a worm.
Basically, we started
mate.
off as like spore.
We are just but okay, we were a spore,
Dildonians.
and then we were a worm, and now we're like a fucking hairy appendage attached to a worm with fingers.
Just described me perfectly. You got a hairy appendage attached to a worm with fish anuses for hands. Yeah, that's me.
So that is not news, is it? But thank you.
It's good though.
That study sounds like it went. It sounds like everybody involved on that study started smoking crack very early on into the study. I don't know how you get these outcomes from such a study. Like, how do you go? How do you get there? How did they get 380 million years ago? And why fish anus as well?
Did you see the Red Dead Redemption 2 mod?
No.
That when you kill an NPC, it goes into that NPC's head and it plays it plays you their best memories.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
So they have like a flash.
Incredible.
It's like they're having their
whole life flashes before their eyes before they
die. But you kill them and their life flashes before their eyes, but you see it. And it's like them holding a baby. Like,
oh my god!
Is there any? It would be so good if there was some way where it could capture your parts of your interactions with them as well. Like they're standing on the street and they just see you ride by, but it's like not staged footage. It's like actually captured from you at some point riding by them or something. You know what I mean? That would be kind of funny. That would be such a funny thing to have in a game.
It's honestly pretty wild. There's been a bunch of YouTubers who've been playing it. It's a really funny mod, and the guy who made it, like for example, there's like you'll kill this guy, and he'll do like he'll cut to him having like a monologue about Rick and Morty or something. It's good. It's good stuff. It's funny stuff.
Nice.
Finally, Hideo Kojima, you know him, the crazy Japanese game dev. He famously is he famously thinks it's a ghost that haunted his production studio.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he has been trying and has succeeded.
This is
apparently.
unlistenable.
You're cutting
you
out
keep
a
cutting
lot.
out every 10 seconds. You're cutting out.
Right, fine. Hideo Kojima had a ghost haunting his studio. Say yes if you hear me.
No,
yes,
I
missed a bit of that.
I heard Hideo Kojima and haunting a studio.
Ghost.
I thought he was still alive.
There's a ghost haunting Hideo Kojima's studio. Yes.
Yes, there's a ghost haunting Hideo Kojima's studio.
Right.
And he has recorded it.
Okay.
He's recorded it.
Yes, he's recorded it.
He's recorded it.
And he's going to put the sound of the ghost into his upcoming horror game.
Right.
Cool.
Good for him.
That wraps up this week's podcast.
I'm not very well. I shouldn't have really been here.
No, you did a great job. It was just your internet let you down. Your internet let you down. That's all it is.
It was very, it is very concise. The relay of information. That's what we need.
Yeah, concision. Or is it conciseness? Consistency. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Get some tablets in you.
Right.
Bye, everyone.
Feel better. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.